In this video, we will introduce content providers onCreate. Now let's implement the onCreate method. Notice that my onCreate signature returns a boolean and receives no parameters. The first thing I'm going to do is get a reference to the context object. Now I'm going to get a reference to a database helper class by initializing it with this context object. Now I'm going to get a reference to my database. Finally, I'm going to return true or false based on whether my database was initialized or not. I'm going to check if my reference is null. Let's take a look at the context class. The method getContext retrieves the context this provider is running in. And this is available only once the onCreate method has been called. This will return null in the constructor. The context interface to global information about an application environment. This is an abstract class whose implementation is provided by the Android system. It allows access to application-specific resources and classes, as well as upcalls for application-level operations such as launching activities, broadcasting, and receiving intents. Once I create my DB helper, I use it to call getWritable_database. The getWritable_database creates and or opens a database that will be used for reading and writing. The first time this is called, the database will be opened, and onCreate, onUpgrade, and or onOpen will be called. Once opened successfully, the database is cached, so you can call this method every time you need to write to the database. And make sure to call close method when you no longer need the database. Errors such as bad permissions or a full disk may cause this method to fail, but future attempts may succeed if the problem is fixed. Finally, we return true if the database does not equal null and has been created successfully. This concludes our discussion of content providers onCreate.